Hi, my name's Shai Spooner and you're watching Bring the Noise. I mean, it's not even that big, okay, it's been quite big-headed. I was always quite, the most stylish when I was younger. I was always obsessed with having the newest trainers. I mean, when Nike TNs first came out, I think I saved up, they were like 120, 130 pounds, and you could only get them from Global Sports in, not Global Sports, I've forgotten what it's called, the shopping lab at Grove. I literally saved up 6 months pocket money to buy a pair. And I was the first person, I think, in the whole of my school when I was in year 7 to have a pair of Nike TNs. So it kind of started from an early age where I was just obsessed with new clothes, having fresh clothes, having the latest clothes. So I think it comes from that. I mean, with me, what a lot of people don't know about me, they think they probably, from appearance or looking at me, you probably just think, oh, another London boy. I mean, I've lived in 5 different countries before. I was actually born in Wales. I've literally travelled the world from a young age. I've seen, and when I was travelling the world, I wasn't travelling the world as in staying in 5-star hotels. I lived in Ghana, I lived in Kenya, I lived in Ethiopia, I've lived in Switzerland as well. And I lived the same lifestyle as an average Ghanaian or average Kenyan would live. It was never going over there, private school, so I know what it's like to go through hardships. And you've got all these people who literally have not stepped out of their estate in London talking about, oh, it's so ghetto this, ghetto that. They haven't seen nothing. They don't know what hard is. I mean, England, London is probably one of the easiest countries to be brought up in. You get everything put on the plate for you. So I don't really want to hear any excuse about, oh yeah, I'm from the ghetto, it's so hard for me, blah, blah, blah. No, it really is not. You are blessed coming from this country. So.
Does it make you appreciate where you are?
No, definitely. It's made me appreciate, like, I've seen, I've literally seen, I've slept in a mud hut before. I know what it's like to live in a third world, not necessarily as a third world citizen, because I wasn't third world when I wasn't the poorest of the poor when I was living there, but I didn't live as a rich tourist when I lived in Africa. So I know what it's like. I wouldn't class it as my big break, but I think meeting Wale Adeyemi, who is MB fashion designer, meeting him and kind of being schooled by him and learning how to kind of hustle in this industry through him was, and I still work with him as well, so I'm still learning and I'm still growing as a stylist, but probably meeting him was the biggest turning point in my kind of fashion, my short fashion career so far. My day-to-day, it depends what I'm doing. I mean, if I've got, normally my day-to-day, I wake up, well, I set my alarm for 9 o'clock, but I don't wake up at 9 o'clock. I probably snooze till about 10. It could go to 11 or it could go to 12, it just depends. To be honest, as long as I get things done, I can wake up at 2 o'clock, as long as I get it done by a certain time. It just depends how I'm feeling. On a video shoot, if I'm prepping for a video shoot, I normally have 2 or 3 days to get the clothes ready, to phone up the PR companies, sort out budgets, and literally get the stuff ready before the shoot. I mean, it just literally depends how I'm feeling. I might do it in 1 day, I might take 3 days to do it. It just depends. When I was 17, I started designing, and I quickly stopped because I didn't feel like I've got no sort of degree in fashion. I've literally got 2 GCSEs, and I kind of felt like, how hard is it to print something on a t-shirt? Everyone's doing it at the moment. And I'd started out a label with 2 of my other friends, and we started printing stuff on t-shirts. And I was just like, this isn't clothing, this is not, I can sit at home and iron something on my t-shirt. I want to make clothing, as in, find out how a jacket or a suit is made, because there's a lot that goes into it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave that and focus on something else. So I thought, I love fashion, I love looking good, I love making people look good as well, so I thought I'd get into the styling game. And that's when I started up a 3-month internship with Wale Adeyemi, who's also a fashion designer, so I kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone. So yeah, I do quite a lot of consulting with him as well on his B-side brand, and I'm still, obviously I'm focusing on styling at the moment, but the more and more I learn over the next 5 years, I probably want to go into full-time design as well. So I'd say that is the 5 to 10 year plan right now. The highlight of my career so far is probably, as you know, I am the head stylist of the multi-platinum supergroup N-Dubz, as they would like to say. I think the highlight of my career probably is actually working with them on a whole and changing their image dramatically in a good way, because I've changed it a lot and I've introduced them to a lot of new things. And I think so far it was probably the Royal Variety Show with the Queen, when I got them in the kind of bespoke Vivienne Westwood suits, and you know, we got a lot of press from that. Prince Charles commented on how you know, where they got their suits tailored from, and for me that was, you know, and nobody actually knew what went into getting that done. It was probably the most stressful day of my life, the most stressful day of my career. I've never cried over work before, but I mean, that was a day where I was under so much pressure, where I was close to just throwing in the towel and saying, you know, I can't do it, because I'm not going to say too much, but I literally got the clothing, I literally got Dappy's suit ready 30 seconds before we did the red carpet. That's probably one of the lowest points I've been in my short career so far. It was, I mean, because throughout the whole day it was such a bad day, when it actually finally did go well and I got such good reactions from the press, from the crowd, from everyone who was there, it literally went from the lowest of the low to the highest of the high. So yeah, I could probably say that that's probably the lowest point in my career. I felt like shit. But at the end of the day, I'm quite stern. I'm the stylist. I'm employed to be a stylist. I'm not employed to agree to everything the artist wants. So that's my vision. That's your vision. I would personally like to go one way. If they want to go that way and I want to go that way, then let's at least try and meet in the middle. You know what? I mean, everyone knows how stylish David Beckham is, and he's been a style icon before, even when he was wearing that stupid sarong. I mean, I think that's a bit of a bad point for him. But even now, he's probably the only person that has kept stuck to his guns in the fashion world. As in, when I mean stuck to his guns, he still wears bootcut jeans. Bootcut jeans are not cool, yeah, but he makes it look cool. See, everyone else slimmed down their jeans, including me. I slimmed down my jeans. Everyone's wearing skinny jeans now, or wearing tapered jeans. He's the only person that I can think of right now who stuck to his guns, is still wearing bootcut jeans, and actually makes them look good, makes them still look stylish. So you know what, David Beckham, I know he does have a stylist, but a stylist can only do so much. So I was assisting a woman called Fazer. And she's done a lot for me as well. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be in the situation I'm in right now. Working on X Factor was probably one of the most stressful things I've done, and it really taught me a lot about the industry. It taught me how to hustle and how to grind, because what people who don't work in this industry naturally think, oh, you just dress people for a living. Oh, I pull clothes out my arse and put it on someone's back, and it's not that at all. There's so much stuff goes into being a stylist that no one would even think. And it's a lot of mental work, a lot of physical work, a lot of late nights, early mornings, and it's not glamorous at all. I mean, the days you might see me looking glamorous is probably when I'm going out. Yesterday I was wearing Puma tracksuit bottoms and some 2-year-old mashed up Vans, and if you saw me walking down the street, you would not think I was a stylist at all. But when you're working, I don't care. I need to get things done and I need to be comfortable. So, but yeah, X Factor really taught me about the industry in a way where wow, this is not a joke. It's not a joke. Because even, I mean, everyone comes into certain places with preconceptions. And I was like, oh, how hard must it be? They probably give you £10,000 budget and you run out and you go to Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all these high, you know, it doesn't work like that at all. So I think X Factor was probably one of the best learning experiences for me becoming a stylist. To be honest, I mean, I've made the transition from being an assistant, because normally I'd say the transitional period could be anything from two to 5 years. You're assisting, you're working for free, you're doing the shitty jobs. And I made that transition pretty quick, as in I was assisting for 7 months, I got my break, and I've literally taken it with 2 hands and made the most of the situation. So I don't personally think that there's anything I'll change, because it's taken me 1.5 years to get where I am, and I'm only going from strength to strength, and I'm not saying that in an arrogant way. And people say patience, be patient. I don't want to be patient. No, I know what I want, I know what I can do, I know my skills, and I think I'm one of the best stylists in this country. You know what it is? When you go to a festival, for starters, why do girls, I did see it last year in Wireless Festival, why are you wearing heels at a festival? That's one. 2, guys, why are you wearing Gucci trainers at a festival? Why are you wearing Prada trainers at a festival? My summer attire is shorts, Vans, Uniqlo white t-shirt every day. Nothing else. I don't buy expensive clothes in summer because they're going to get ruined, they're going to get sweaty. That's it. Yeah, just heels and expensive trainers, fail.